do act as escrow agents themselves, may keep the money in interest-bearing accounts, but must have, because this is not their money, they are the third party, the written consent of all parties, the transactions, to keep the interest. Now again, as we learned in Chapter 4, brokers must keep escrow funds, if they are acting as escrow agents, separate from their own operating account. So again, Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act says commingling is the illegal practice of mixing or mingling the broker's own funds with the escrowed funds. So if the broker is an escrow account holder, they will put it in a separate, not same, as their operating account. You may not control escrow money. The illegal act of controlling escrow money and putting it in your control is called commingling. It's illegal. There are certain minimums because we get bounced checks, etc., etc. Those are lightly tested on the state. Now, brokers have these accounts which are filled with other people's money, correct? Now, let us say for our purposes, not that this would ever happen in a real estate brokerage, the broker has nothing to pay their rent or their bills with, but they got tons of money in escrow. And they just use a little bit of that money for themselves, which they will surely pay back. Well, again, that's not stealing in our language, that is conversion. Conversion is the illegal act of using escrow funds for one's own personal use. Conversion is a very nice, pleasant term for stealing other people's stuff. It's illegal. Now again, as to depositing escrowed funds, the term immediately in law means this. In law, the sales associate or anyone in the brokerage who receives funds is receiving those funds as an agent of the employing broker. Is that correct? So the term immediately in law means simply this. Let us say sales associate Sally was given a check by a buyer for the $60,000. She received it today on Tuesday. She may give it to her broker immediately, but must give those funds to her broker no later than the end of the next business day, Wednesday, okay? So again, the day of receipt is considered a day of grace. The first day is when anybody in the office, sales associate, receptionist, etc., gets the funds from the member of the public. In law, the broker has gotten the funds from the public because the sales associates, anyone who receives those funds, is an agent of the broker, correct?
Yes.
So they receive Tuesday, no later than Wednesday, 5 p.m., sales associate gets funds to employing broker, got it? Or escrow agent. Now, if they got into the escrow agent the next business day or the same business day and brought the receipt, everything is taken care of. But if they've given it to the broker, as normally is done, the broker has 3 business days from the receipt of funds from anybody in the brokerage office to get those funds under deposit unless given permission by the other party. So again, day number 0 is Tuesday, day of receipt. Day number 1, Wednesday, sales associate to broker. Day number 2, Thursday. Day number 3, no later than Friday at 5 p.m. Broker must have funds into an escrow account. Questions?
So day 1 really isn't day 1?
Well, in law, receipt, you see, this is the odd thing. In our profession, Most of these things are done after business hours, right? So when we get a check at 6 p.m. on Tuesday, really, we're given that day. Wednesday is the date of receipt to the broker on Thursday, right? So again, there's got to be an accountant for some kind of flexibility. But the idea is a business day is by law Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays are not considered business days, nor are legal holidays. Legal holidays are not covered on your state tests. But let me give you the example that you might see Sunday, okay? Sales associate Sally found a lovely property for a buyer, and the buyer saw it Wednesday evening. They did not have a check with them, right? But the buyers came into the broker's office Thursday morning and gave the check to the receptionist in the broker's office. What day must the broker has the funds into the escrow is received by the receptionist on Thursday. Think it over, raise your hands. Think it over, raise your hands. Okay, remember, Thursday in law is when they give it to the broker's office, right? That is day 0. Friday is day number 1, right? Will you consider Saturday and Sunday as business days? No. Monday is day number 2. No later than Tuesday at 5 p.m. in escrow. No later than Tuesday at 5 p.m. in escrow. Folks, you must know what a business day is, and in addition, be able to count to 3. Can we do that?
Unless it's Memorial Day, Peter.
Yeah, that's right.
If I'd ever heard of it on a test, is Memorial Day a legal holiday in the United States?
Yes.
It ain't a business day. Neither is July 4th. Yom Kippur is a business day. Good Friday is a business day, just to be equitable. Ramadan is a business day. Kwanzaa is a business day. Hanukkah is a business day. Christmas ain't. If all federal offices are closed, it's a holiday. If federal offices are open, it's a business day. Simple. How about my birthday?
Yes.
President's Day.
How about does not exist in reality? That's where the speculatron goes on. Let's keep how abouts whys and could it be's. Maybe it's not in the curriculum, and if you find one in the 1,001 questions, ask me privately, I'll answer it. And if you want counseling from me, glad to do it, and it's only $500 an hour. So give me about $50 for that last. How about whatever? Now again, one of the reasons why brokers do not want to become escrow agents, we just get the receipts from the title company and they do the reconciliation in exchange for our business. But if the broker does act as escrow agent, records must be available for inspection by the authorized employees of DBEPR, the DRE, for at least 5 years. Now again, brokers who are escrow agents are responsible for the reconciliation and must reconcile it monthly, and also must sign taking responsibility for the escrow liabilities. Now here's where being an escrow agent gets dicey, because of all the transactions we have that go into contract, not everyone closes. We get arguments and fights. Now again, because the broker is not the controller of that deposit, once this goes into contract, that belongs to the transaction, neither buyer nor seller nor broker, right? That's why it's an escrow. So if buyer and seller make demands on escrow funds, if the broker is the escrow agent. If a